I now have the great honor and privilege to invite on stage Shri Balram Puri, who, as you know, you've heard, is the first chairman chosen by Baba himself. That he is with us, very active, and at any time we need any advice, just as a compass that we are following the spirit and the vision of our founder trustee. If we don't do that and we get lost in the myriad sort of challenges and work, then it doesn't matter what you do if the spirit behind it doesn't realize the vision for which this was established. So, as we lovingly call him, Uncle Puri, it is my privilege to invite him on stage. So, as a token of our love, token of our admiration for his constant engagement and advice to us over so many years, 44 years now since our trust has been here, we just a small token of appreciation, respect and love for Uncle Balram Puri. By Dr. Kiran Patel, who is our secretary. He was one of the first students in Baba's university, came all the way from Kampala and was part of Baba's mission as well.
First, I like to offer my humble pranams to Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba on my own behalf, on behalf of my family, on behalf of the devotees of the Central London Centre who have always supported me with love. Dr. Veeru, Chairman of the Trust members, and all distinguished guests, please accept my loving Sai Ram. I am asked to talk about the establishment of Sri Sathya Sai UK Trust and its objectives. It is my good fortune that Swami assigned me the duty of establishing his very first trust outside India. It involved registration with the Charity Commission and the other related works like opening the bank account, etc. It may be of interest for you to know, you have already seen in the video, but still I will repeat that the Charity Commission, in response to my application for registration, wrote in their letter of 17 February 1979, I quote, "To teach and carry out the message of love is a very vague purpose." Is it clear now? In the letter it was written, "To teach and carry out the message of love is a very vague purpose. Please set out in detail the activities that the trust would undertake." I felt, instead of writing back, it will be better to have an appointment in person and explain the very nature of our Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. I organized a meeting with the concerned official and explained that what the founder trustee wants is that the trustees to meet the objectives like advancement of education, relief of poverty and sickness, with love and affectionate feelings rather than as an obligation. The officer, you have seen in the video which they recorded, after listening to my explanation, gave a big smile and assured me that the trust would be registered and I would receive the papers in due course. Being the first trust outside India, it was named as Sri Sathya Sai World Foundation. Later, as USA devotees also formed a trust and named it as the Sri Sathya Sai World Foundation, we were asked to change the name to Sri Sathya Sai World Foundation UK. However, as there appeared to be still confusion with similar sort of names of both the trusts, we were advised to change the name to Sri Sathya Sai Charitable Trust UK. The trust has always adhered to the objectives very strictly and at all the times. The first donation by the trust was an establishment of a chair of a professor in the University of Puttaparthi, thus meeting the objective of advancement of education. With the receipt of additional funds, the trust established another chair for the professor to the university. Again, the trust met the objective of advancement of education. Later, the trust concentrated its donations for the construction of a super specialty hospital in Puttaparthi, meeting with the objective of relief of sickness. The hospital has a very high standard of treatment for the patients. The hospital has also an unmatchable standard of cleanliness, and it is free for all patients, irrespective of their economic status. Rich, poor, everybody gets it free. Sorry, because of my age, my eyesight is falling continuously. It has also, the UK Trust then what I'm saying is it has it's a very clean place, perhaps which is very rare to find in the hospitals. UK Trust then decided to donate its fund for supply of drinking water to the remote villages, as poor village women had to walk long distances to fetch water. So this was again, the trust met the objective of relief of poverty. You can see that the trust has not deviated from the objectives of the trust for which Swami established it. I am so much pleased that the objective of the trust since its registration has never been changed, though for the sake of administration, the trust has added some new rules about the appointment of trustees and etc., but they have kept the objective clause as it is. If I have the responsibility of the trust now, I would like to consider any application for donation from any science center in UK or any other organization or an individual, provided the project meets any of the objectives of the trust and subsequently submits a report about the use of funds. For donations, my objective has always been that the maximum percentage of the fund goes to the needy, keeping administrative expenses to the most minimum. Having spoken about the disbursement of funds, let me also share with you about the brief that I received when the trust was formed for the collection of funds. I was told that for the collection of funds, I do not have to approach anybody for the funds. How difficult it was. Donations have to be voluntary, and from those only, mark it, those only who can really afford, and not from those who really need the help. My duty was just to talk about the projects in as much details as possible. At first, the approach appeared to me very difficult, but believe me, with the grace of God Almighty, the trust received large amounts of donations. Let me also talk to you something which already have been mentioned in details, you see, by Dr. Ayer and others. Swami advised the devotees in very different forms. One was the short phrase like, help ever, hurt never. I personally feel that if we can just follow the later half of this saying, hurt never, perhaps the help ever will follow it. It is difficult to practice it because sometimes unintentionally also we may hurt, but it is good at the end of the day if we look back as to what we have done, have we hurt anybody, and then realize as to what we have done and what we should not have done. And to this help ever and hurt never, I keep it help ever, hurt never, hate never. And for me, it is hurt never, hate never. Finally, I like to congratulate the present trustees to organize today's function, which is first of its kind. This is the first time I could see the trust holding such a good, nice function. Dear trustees, you all are doing an excellent work. Keep it up. My best wishes are with you and shall continue to march with you. God bless and thank you all.